All right, let's be real. Sometimes your brain just feels like a messy sandwich. There's too much going on, stuff slipping out the sides, and no napkins in sight. That's where therapy comes in.
And we're not just talking about screaming into the void or trauma dumping on your sandwich artist. We're talking actual therapy with someone who knows what they're doing. And lucky for you, BetterHelp, our paid partner for this episode, makes it easy to get started.
No waiting rooms, no weird therapy office smells, just a quick questionnaire and boom. You're matched with a credentialed therapist in a couple days. And if it's not a vibe, switch it up faster than you can switch up your sandwich sauce.
So if your brain feels like a chaotic group chat, do yourself a favor, go to betterhelp.com/thinkfresh or hit the link in the description for 10% off your first month. Your future self will thank you.
Breadheads, Ty and Eric back in the booth, in the toaster oven today. It's a scorcher, a sizzler.
Buongiorno, breadies. Ty, you last we finished off, you were sprinting out of my car, yanking the audio cable out. Thank God our audio did not delete itself.
Yoink.
You I'm happy that the breadheads got to experience that because you made the train.
I caught the train.
You caught the last subway out of here.
Choo choo. That's right, baby. That was a pretty funny Patreon exclusive style episode that we recorded last time, but we're back to our kind of standard issue, evergreen spinach variety, evergreen and yellow.
Oh, dude. Yeah, we are so back. Mm-hmm. But we're cooking in this car right now. It is like 25 degrees here in beautiful, beautiful British Columbia. It was so nice, in fact, that I had dinner on my patio for the first time this season.
Oh, wow. A little patio dining experience. Al fresco.
That's so, right.
What are we doing on the patio? You dining out there? You got a little barbecue action?
You fucking nailed it, brother.
Oh, tell me more. Dude, this time of year, I go for a walk, and all I do is smell the barbecues in my neighborhood, the grilling happening. It just, like, activates me in a way that no other aroma does. Like, it's crazier than the Subway bread. When you get that hint of barbecue mixed with, like, fresh flowers of springtime. Mm-hmm.
But unlike Subway, which is always, always, always a great smell, sometimes barbecue... People don't clean off the grill properly. You know what I mean? They don't scrape the crumbs off. So it just smells burnt like shit. And you never really know what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're grilling some fish that's gone awry.
Yeah, we don't want that. People shouldn't barbecue fish. Like the branzino over the open flame, I get that. But beyond that, like, okay, maybe down under if you're going to do the classic shrimp on the barbie, like, there's some exceptions, but generally I avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. You just got to know how to do it right. You got 2 customers.
Yep, that's right. We are posted outside Subway as per usual in the hopes that it will stimulate some conversation topics.
Yeah.
Try not to make eye contact with these customers.
Yeah, these are 2 scary looking customers. I would definitely give them extra cheese.
I think we should start the engine just in case they address us.
Oh no, you're good. They're on their way. But Ty, I did have a nice little barbecue on my patio, and I've been inspired by my neighbors who always grill when my windows are open.
Hell yeah!
So I was like, fuck, I'm doing it today too. So I had a portable little like hot plate kind of situation,
some like Snow Peak stuff,
pretty much, but off-brand.
Okay.
Butane stove fit perfectly on my tiny little French chic table.
Yeah.
This is IKEA set.
Paris, France meets Paris, Texas kind of vibe.
Oh, 1,000%.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm grilling oxtail.
Inspired by The Grill Next Door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a great title.
That is. We'll probably use that.
If you're reading this, we used it. But anyways, we grilled up some Korean barbecue. Had a little pork belly action.
Hell yeah.
Bae put together all the little side dishes, which I love so much. We got kimchi, some lettuce with peanut miso dressing.
This is a multi-course affair.
Oh, yeah.
You're not joking around here.
I'm not joking, bro. We got, what else? Little personal size rice bowls, each for each of us. A little bit of minced garlic, green onion, sesame oil, sesames. What else? Some cabbage, onion.
Wow, that's many dishes.
Yeah, that's the Korean style. You always over-order in Korea because you don't anticipate the 17 dishes they're going to bring in addition to what you order. So for the breadheads out there, start small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, start with an appy and go from there.
You can always add on.
Wow, that sounds great. And you're rocking the butane. I appreciate that. I'm team butane over Propane.
Yeah, you're a butane beauty yourself, Ty.
That's true. Yeah, you got a hard to tame me. But I just feel like propane is just propane in the ass, you know?
You're not a propanant?
No, I'm not a propologist of the propane usage. I find that the canisters are too bulky. The screw-on attachment is never that seamless.
Yep.
And you can never tell when they're empty.
Yeah.
But butane, it burns clean. The canisters are small. Like, I feel like you could pack a butane stove like in a backpack, or like you can carry them like little briefcases to a business function, which is kind of a cool idea.
My stove comes in a briefcase.
There you go. I just think that's so cool. But propane is like
it is cool.
These like gargantuous, like incestual looking blue collar objects, you know?
Yeah, no, you're totally right. They're very heavy, hard to put in a backpack if you're going camping, and yeah, you're totally right about all that stuff, dude. I don't like the name Coleman either.
No, it's gotta go.
It's gotta go.
Yeah, it's on the do not name list for 2026.
Totally. But yeah, butane is great. I also bought a tiny little Snow Peak portable stove, ultra light. It only weighs like 6 grams.
6 grams? Damn.
And it's got one of those tiny little MSR. I think it's also a butane little stove. It's like 30 grams worth or something. It's tiny, bro, but perfect for making a cup of instant coffee on the trail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes you just need to pull a shot of espresso on a mountain peak.
I always get that itch.
as soon as I summit the hill, I'm like, I need some pick me up for the walk, pick me down.
I need some dehydrated curry right now. Yeah. So bad.
Well, once you hit the peak of a mountain, you're like, I can finally now have some diuretics and dehydrate my body because I'm on the home stretch. Totally, on the way up, you're pre-hydrating, you're making sure you get your electrolytes. And then once you're there, you're like, crack a beer, have a shot of espresso, eat something salty.
One thing I got to figure out, Ty, because I'm pretty dialed in my backpacking equipment right now. I blew a bag at MEC the other day, which is the Canadian version of REI for the American breadheads.
Yeah.
I need to figure out a way to bring cold beer to a mountaintop without absolutely sewering my back. Because like
the guy who figures this one out is going to make a killing on Shark Tank.
Totally. Because like there's nothing I want more than a ice cold Sapporo when I get to the top. But I can't, carry like 4 tall boys. That's so heavy.
It's insane.
You know what I mean? And I can't bring if I do bring that, it's going to get warm. So what do, Ty? I can't bring a cooler. It's just way too much shit.
The beer needs to be cold and it needs to be good because you can imagine like someone's probably done dehydrated lager and you like rehydrate it at the top with a life straw and it probably tastes terrible.
Dude, that powdered Pilsner does not hit the same.
It's not happening. So the only way I think is to have enough money to hire another human to pack it for you, a pack mule, animal or other.
Bro, what if you brought barley, yeast, and then you filtered water from the closest river?
And you just
made a fucking brew.
A fresh pint on the spot.
You brewed your own pint. That's the true camping spirit.
I know nothing about this like level 1 mixology, first wave mixology, if you will, actually making the alcohol. So I don't know if you can do it as like overnight oats. I don't think it's like that, dude. I don't think it's overnight barley, but maybe. I
mean, say you need a week. How like amazing would that shit taste after a week of sleeping in the woods?
Hell yeah.
Dude, that would taste so
bubbling.
good.
I one time tried to make beer under my sink when I was in college. And I didn't really read the instructions. I just kind of mixed it all together, stuck it under there, waited a few weeks, and it came out and it tasted like strawberries. I don't think it was supposed to. I think your beer's not supposed to be fruity. It's kind of hard to get the chemical balance correct.
Right. So you weren't trying to make a peach strawberry sour.
No, I was trying to make a classic lager, but you got to think about the salt, fat, acid, heat, I guess.
I guess so.
Just
you
like
got to dial in the ingredients.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's tougher than you think, but yeah, honestly, this is a good use of like the Optimus style, like humanoid robotics, is they can walk behind you on a hiking trail and they can haul like 248 packs.
Yeah, totally. I got the Arc'teryx like artificial limbs. Have you seen those?
Yeah. Did Arc'teryx make some?
They made like a fake knee that you can wear. Basically, it's like a joint that attaches to your pants. I don't know how the fuck it actually helps, but apparently it helps you go downhill.
Yo, I've heard about these things, but only in the context of like tourist companies in China renting them to people who don't hike so that they can summit a mountain.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a cool idea. Imagine that, but like the Arc'teryx fake jaw so that you can handle like a bunch of like food, you know?
Wow.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Just clear. You could clear so many footlongs.
Yeah, dude. Who needs mewing when you got the Gore-Tex jawline? That's
dude,
crazy.
Yeah, Johnny Chestnut is getting kicked out of the competition because of his artificial jaw.
The jaws of life.
The jaws of life.
Cutting through steel with that thing.
No kidding.
But dude, camping food is hilarious to me because like people will like eat all kinds of space food and stuff like that. But I've realized that what makes you a good camper or hiker or backpacker is being able to replicate home as best as possible in the most remote locations.
Completely agree. Take no shortcuts.
Exactly. So if you're able to like cook a steak dinner with like roasted potatoes and asparagus while like you don't have cell service, like that's like hardcore peak camping, you know what I mean?
100%. I think the idea though is it's kind of like a Cirque du Soleil performance or a magician where you do an excessive amount of training for just like a really short moment, but the payoff is how seamless you can do it. You know, you think about every single, you've already like chopped the onion 4 times before you even got to the mountain peak. You know, you've thought about how you're going to wash the cutting board, what knife you're going to pack, how you're going to like keep the knife in your bag so that it doesn't cut anything else up.
Not only have you thought about how to cook, but you thought about every single possible scenario that you could ever encounter. You know what I mean? And like, if one person in your group, say you're like, you need some firewood, right? Everyone's lost. Everyone's like, oh fuck, what do we do, guys? And one person pulls out a hatchet. That person's going to be prom queen for the rest of the trip. You know what I mean? You're star of the show.
Oh yeah,
you're
MVP.
The one who thought to bring a hatchet. Wow, everyone's gawking at you. It's crazy.
They're like, damn, hatchet! You got hatchet in there? Well, that's the thing too. Especially if you can pack it real light.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when a magician pulls a dove out of their hat, but it's you a hatchet out of your hat.
Yeah, totally.
Hatchet. That's such a good feeling. Couldn't be me though. I used to be like that with camping, but now I like to prep all my food. Like I think the art of the prep goes a long way as far as delivering a seamless cooking experience on the campsite. So I will pre-cook my egg.
I've seen
pre-fry
that. You freeze it too, or
freeze it. Yeah, you can like pre-chop your vegetables and put them into different containers. So you've quickly assembled your medley.
You're very smart to do this, but the only pushback is the prep is, I think, even more impressive than the cook. You know what I mean? Like if you're chopping carrots by the fire, like you've won at life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it's a nice show you get to put on for the rest of your guests.
It comes down to optics though, Eric, because if you're just like squeegeeing your legs together, you got a cutting board sitting on your lap, little tiny knife, and you're operating by headlamp trying to cut a carrot up, while everyone else is just like crushing beers and having fun, you look like an idiot. You're just like, dude, why are you so committed to... Like, you have to pull it off seamlessly, and you have to pull it off quickly. Like, it was effortless.
Don't let them
effortless.
Don't let them bully you, Ty. You got to let them know, like, you're the hero. Yeah, I'm the one chopping the carrots. If it wasn't for me, you guys would be eating fucking just add water type of food. You know what I mean?
Dude, nothing says I know what I'm doing like having to keep standing up and move your lap cutting board because you're getting smoke in your eyes. Like, it just doesn't work.
Oh, dude. I've been also going down a deep rabbit hole of camping shit. And I've just recently discovered the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel. Are you familiar with Luke from the Outdoor Boys?
Oh, no, I can't say I follow any other men online.
Dude. Well, yeah, that'd be extremely gay of me to do. I follow Luke, and
shout out to Luke if you're listening.
Yeah, I only found out about him because he retired like 2 weeks ago from YouTube.
Oh, I did hear about this dude. Yeah, kind of a gawky father.
Yeah,
who
dude,
got
Mormon.
Too popular. Yeah, there you go.
I went so deep in the rabbit hole, I found out he was Mormon. But yeah, he gets like 10 to 50 million views per video.
Wow.
And just like builds a shelter out of like firewood and does the whole thing. Like camps in like minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit weather. builds a hot tent out of nothing, like that type of shit.
Bear grill next door type of thing.
Goddamn. Thanks for reminding me, so we can remember to write that down later.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's pretty inspirational, man. He builds his own equipment and shit. So I'm just excited to get out on the trail and chop down some trees, bro. I'm the opposite of a tree hugger.
Dude, straight up, like, if you really want to show your fellow campers and hikers who's the alpha male in the pack, you need to actually just embody your hunter-gatherer instincts. You can't prep food, nor can you prepare it on site. You need to don't bring anything. Just go find some berries or kill a rabbit.
That's what he does. He doesn't bring anything with him.
Amazing. He's raw dogging his camp.
Yeah, he'll shoot like some random bird and like gut it and cook it on a fire. Like that guy's fucking awesome, dude.
Wow.
Or he'll like catch some fish and he'll have like this amazing like fish dinner. Yeah, it's truly inspirational.
Huh. That is next level.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel though when I order the veggie patty at Subway. You know?
Yeah, it's too easy to get the chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't even cut its head off myself.
To challenge yourself a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Oh man.
It makes me want to get a knife and a gun. Is that weird?
No, I think that's cool.
Yeah,
just use them safely.
Yeah, true.
Only kill other animals, no humans.
Yeah, that's right.
I've been dining al fresco a little bit too these days, Eric. I didn't eat on actually I did have a few patio meals this week, but most notably I took my girl on a date and I took her to Subway.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, we went to Subway, not to dine at Subway, but takeaway, and then we had it in a park. I thought that would be both romantic and novel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dates at Subway can only end one way, Ty.
Which way?
Did you get lucky or unlucky? And by lucky, I mean you didn't have chronic stomach pain.
It was quite an unlucky experience, Eric. I've never been so like unseen by a sandwich artist. This guy was like, he didn't ask Bae if she wanted it toasted. He just toasted it, which is fine. That's what she wanted.
Non-consensual toast.
It was a non-consensual toasting. And we both like looked at each other like, don't you know the line? The line is cheese and toasted.
Also, it's 25 degrees outside. I want a cold sandwich.
Yeah, maybe you want a cold sandwich. And then the fucking guy, when it was my footlong's turn, he just layered the cheese on. He didn't ask. So he clearly is, I don't know if he's mute or he just didn't, he skipped this class of Sandwich University. But there's very few customer interactions the dude has to do. And he didn't acknowledge any of the kind of like, I don't know, expectations I had.
Mm-hmm. It's just pure like selfishness, Ty, because like especially if you're ordering a veggie delight or a veggie patty, you are most likely vegetarian or vegan. Mm-hmm. So he should definitely ask you if you want cheese.
It's worth just a second guess.
Yeah, like if I ordered the BMT, like fuck it, throw the cheese on there. It's not
totally
like I'm not gonna pick and choose my battles. I'm just gonna take it all.
And dude, when we got to the veggie department, he was so nonchalant. Like every time I'd ask for a veggie, he wouldn't like delicately place them. He would just kind of like throw them in the air like confetti, and just like sometimes they'd land on the sandwich.
I kind of like that.
It was so like all over the place.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, honest. You're okay with that? A little salt-based sprinkle of tomato?
Yeah, may the chips fall where they land.
I guess so. I don't know. I found it disrespectful.
Well, fair enough. He made it rain on your sandwich. I would feel away as well, actually.
Yeah. This isn't a rapper in a music video throwing money.
Yeah. I also ate a sandwich of 12 inches in length.
You did not.
In a park.
Was it of type Subway or type other?
No, it was similar, but it was a banh mi.
Oh, nice. Footlong banh mi.
Footlong banh mi.
I've been dabbling in the footlong banh mi lately. It's a lot of bread.
It's a lot of bread, but it's the best kind of bread because the French people colonized a communist country and then gave them the best thing they ever came up with, which is the baguette.
It's true. It's their greatest. It's like baguette and then LVMH Group are the two greatest exports of France.
Yeah, dude. Escargot is like number 39 on that list.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, the baguette is what an amazing thing. Like, kudos to the Vietnamese community for embracing.
Being accepting of that type of gentrification. They're like, oh, this is good gentrification. Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, this genuinely improves our offering. So let's just go ahead and keep doing that.
Yeah, the French did a lot of damage to the Vietnamese people, but maybe we call it even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they ran them out of there, but they were like, you know what? Leave the baguettes behind. Fuck. Respect.
Yeah, gotta respect that. To secure the bread like that.
Yeah. So you ate the sandwich outside? Is that what happened?
Yeah. There was a crow staring at me the entire meal. Not in a threatening way, more like he knew his place, and when I was going to be done there, he would pick up the scraps.
Yeah, fair enough. So he was just kind of like stalking you. Was he perched high above eye level, or was he kind of standing there like a pigeon, like walking towards you?
Pigeon vibes, real
Okay.
beta crow.
Damn.
Cut crow.
Oh shit. Well, that's not good.
Can't have it.
No.
Crows are a dominant breed of birds, so when you see one acting in such a like submissive way, it's kind of alarming. You're like, are we friends?
Well, crows have a great memory, Ty.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. So if you disrespect one or, attack one, mess with their family, then they will remember your face and they will track you down. They'll dive bomb you. This is a known phenomenon in the city.
Too. It's very interesting that other animals can have vendettas like that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, totally.
That's not a uniquely human trait to hate and want revenge.
Mm-hmm. A crow dive bombing you is like, it's such a like 1960s like biker style like harassment. When they just like drive around you in a circle, like yelling profanities at you.
Yeah, you're just being like encircled by the Hells Angels.
Yeah, totally. But like the crow is doing it from like the vertical plane instead.
Mm-hmm. They're just thugs. They're just a gang of thugs.
Hell yeah, dude. They also they have their own little Hells Angels hangout in Burnaby. Are you familiar with that?
The crows?
The crows.
Oh, I've been to their perch. I taught Bay how to drive there.
You went into enemy territory?
Yeah. They're usually okay. If you're hanging out in the crow territory, they keep an eye on you. You keep a distance.
Mm-hmm.
They'll let you do your thing.
Interesting. So if you just walk through, because it is like a bit of a sanctuary, they're breeding, they're getting their freak on.
The freak off is happening for sure.
Crows are not afraid of the bush, turns out.
Yeah. Dude, if you go up and you shake their bush, there'll be hell to pay for sure.
Oh, that's not a good move for sure.
No, but if you mind your own business, you can get in and out.
I think we should throw a grenade in there. I think all crows should die.
We don't know what good they're doing for society.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do they catch worms even? I've never seen a crow with a worm in its mouth.
The only thing I ever see a crow eating is like a plastic bag.
That's true. That's why they hang out mostly in Burnaby, because people like to litter out there, I
guess.
Yeah,
I guess so. Maybe that's what they're good for. The crows and the gulls are kind of nature's garbage disposal unit.
Yeah, they're creating their own garbage patch somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They turn white plastic bags into white shit on the ground.
Mm-hmm. They like to build tree houses or tree. What are they called? Nests?
I think they call them nests. Eric.
A bird's nest.
Yeah.
In the trees over by my building, and again, Ty, this another reason I want to get a gun just so I can snipe them from my living room. I would love to do that.
Honey, dinner's ready. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably just hit him with a little BB gun just for practice.
Mm-hmm. In my old building, somebody was shooting people with BB guns out of the window.
People?
I think homeless people, which was like really horrible. And the police came, and it looked like a hostage situation in my building, Ty. I was worried that if I tried to leave, I would be arrested.
So the police had the door of the BB gun assailant surrounded.
Yeah.
They had to kick it down, SWAT team moving in.
Yep. Cop cars surrounding my building, all exits covered off. Yeah, I guess you don't know if it's a real gun or not.
Yeah,
active
shooter.
Yeah, until you nerk him.
The hell was that?
What was that?
I don't know. Something just floated in the window. I think it was a feather.
Do you want to grab it?
No, it was a feather. Dude, wait a minute. Do you think this is a sign? This is the only episode we've ever talked about birds. And a bird feather just floated in.
I think we gotta get the fuck out of here.
It's almost like they're sending us a warning. Like, don't talk shit.
How the fuck do you do that?
I don't know, dude. That was kind of freaky.
That was
bird
freaky.
Feather.
It's that time of the year, Ty. Fluffy shit is flying out of the sky. Birds are shitting on my car.
Everyone be sneezing.
People be sneezing, bro. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have offices.
Yeah.
Too many people are sneezing.
Sneezed on everywhere these days. I went to the grocery store last night, and I was about to take a can of chickpeas off the shelf, and then the woman near me sneezed all over the chickpeas.
I guess I'm eating beans tonight.
Yeah. Garbanzos are out this week.
Well, garbanzos are out. Think Fresh is in.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's time to grab a cold one.
Dude, I need a cold shower.
I
Redheads,
was
thank you
thinking
so
of
much.
cold 6-inch.
Whew.
Anyways, Redheads, thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
Ciao.